Okay, here we go with 41 through 50. 41, we're still using this trapezoid, right? And it asks us, which of the following vertical lines cuts ABCD into two trapezoids with equal areas? Okay, to find the area of a trapezoid, we use the bases. So we want halfway between this point and halfway between this point. We want to find the midpoints of these lines. Now watch what we're going to do. So this distance, the distance from here to here is 6. Okay, so 9 minus 3 is 6. So halfway between these two is 6 itself. Add 3 to here or subtract 3 from here from 9, and that gives us the point 6, 4. Down here on our horizontal line here, 12 minus 2 is 10. Okay, so that means, or we can add them. Yeah, I like that way better. The distance from here to here is 10. So I add 5 to 2, or I subtract 5 from 12. Either way, I get the point 7, 1. So here's this midpoint, here's this midpoint. They don't line up. So we find halfway in between the two. And what's halfway between 6 and 7? That's 6.5. Halfway between 6 and 7 is 6.5. So that answer is x equals 6.5. Number 42. That took me a minute and a half to answer that question. Given f of x is x minus 1 over x, g of x is 1 over x, what is f of g of 1/2? So I take 1/2 and first substitute it right here for g of x. So that's 1 over 1/2, which divide, we multiply by the reciprocal. So that's 1 times 2 over 1, and that equals 2. So now I take this 2 and substitute it here and here, such that we have 2 minus 1/2. Well, that's 1 and 1/2, also known as 3 over 2. That answer is K. Okay, we substituted first in for the x of g of x, put 1/2 in, wrote the reciprocal, multiplied, then found that was 2, substitute that in, subtract, that gets 3 over 2. Right up here, a formula to estimate a monthly payment, P dollars, on the short-term loan is this, where A is the amount loaned, R is the annual interest, as a decimal, Y is the years. When A is multiplied by 2, this number, the amount of dollars, amount of the loan, is doubled. What effect does that have on the payments? Okay. Well, if I double the amount of the loan, then I'm going to double the amount of the payment. So P then is going to be multiplied. That answer is D. Whoops. That answer is D. It's going to be multiplied by 2. If I double the amount of the loan, then I double the amount of the payment because we kept the time constant. Okay, number 44. It says we have this line segment here. Point D lies somewhere in between, and it wants us to find the coordinates of D such that EF is 4 times the length of DE. EF is 4 times the length of DE. Well, let's look at this. The length from here to here is up 8 and over 8. Well, if you know 45, 45 right triangles, you know this full length right here is 8 square root of 2. So then we're increasing each time. So we're going up 2 over 2, up 2 over 2. So this, the coordinates of D then, since it's 1/4 of that number, that's 2. So I want to go up 2 and over 2 from 6, 4, and I get G 8, 6. That's up 2 and over 2. That answer is 8, 6. All right, number 45, matrices. You got to love them. All right, so it doesn't give us these elements, but it tells us A is a scalar. It's being multiplied times everything here to get the numbers here. So A times 6 gives me 27. So let's look at this. We got to figure out what A is. Then we got to plug in to multiply it times 2 and times 4 to find X, top number here, and Z, the sum of those two. So 6A equals 27, and 27 divided by 6 is 4.5. Okay, 6 goes into 24 4 times. That leaves a remainder of 3, and that's 0.5. 3 over 6 is 0.5. So We take this number, we multiply it times 2, plus, we're trying to find x and z, so we go 4.5 times 4. Sorry, I should have written that a little bit better. So this answer is 9 plus 18, and that equals 27. So that answer is D for number 45. Okay, a container is 1/8 full of water. After 10 cups of water are added, it is 3/4 cups. It is 3/4 full. What is the volume of the container in cups? So we're trying to find X. So X is going to represent the volume. We could use V, but I prefer X. I'm just old fashioned that way. So we had 1/8 of it was full. We added 10 cups to that, and now it is 3/4 full. So we're going to solve for X. So I subtract 1/8 from both sides. So 10 equals, this becomes 6/4. Okay, common denominator, 6/8. Sorry, this becomes 6/8. 6/8 minus 1/8, it's 5/8. X. Divide both sides by 5/8. Means we multiply this times 8 over 5. 10 over 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 8, X equals 16. That answer is J. Okay, number 47. Oh, this is a good one. This is a long one. All right, so 10th, 11th, and 12th graders at this school, the ratio of 10th graders is 86 out of 255, the total population. So there's 86 10th graders. It then says the ratio of 11th graders is 18 to 51. So that, if we look at, I want 51 to become 255 because they've simplified this number. 255 divided by 51 is 5. 255 divided by 51 is 5. So I multiply 18 times 5, and that answer is 90. So there are 90 11th graders. If I add these two together and subtract from 255, let's see. I forgot what that number is off the top of my head, so let's do this real quick. So I've got 255 minus 176. That's the sum of those two numbers. That's 79. So there's 79 seniors. So the most there are juniors. That answer for 47 is B. Okay, again, this is my ratio, 86 out of 255. I had to multiply this times 5. 51 times 5 is 255. So I multiplied 18 to get that 90. Okay, here we go. Let's get on to 48. We're adding to irrational numbers. Okay, the only way you can add irrational numbers is to have a common denominator. So I'm going to change this. The common denominator for these two is the square root of 6. So this is going to be square root of 2 times the square root of 3 over 3 plus 2 square root of 3 over times square root of 2 over 2. That becomes 4 square root of 3. You cannot add those together or combine them. 2 square root of 2 all over square root of 6. So 4 square root of 3, 2 square root of 2 all over the square root of 6 is G. You have to have a common denominator to be able to add. And I know most of you are glad they're not having to rationalize those. Okay, here we go. System of equations of inequalities. Sorry. So we have here the equation of the circle is -1, -2. That means the center is at 1, 2, and the radius is 3 because it's r squared is 9. Then it says y equals -x plus 2. Okay, so that's this slope. Notice it's shaded above this. Okay, so -x plus 2, it has to be wherever it's less than. Let's see. This is less than, that's greater than, that's greater than, that's less than, and y minus, that's not even the same equation. Boy, I don't like that at all. Don't even know where that came from. I'm going to go ahead and take that whole answer off. That's just ugly. Okay, so it's going to be one of these two. So now, it's shaded inside the circle. So that means the radius, the part had to be shaded, has to be less than the radius. We want the area less than the radius. Well, again, the radius is 3 because of 9. So this one has less than, this one has greater than 9. So the answer is A for 49. Okay, and then the last one of this set before I take a break. Oh, this is a great one to end on. It's taken me 10 minutes to get here. Now, did I show y'all that? I hope that was enough there. I wasn't even paying attention to it. Here we go, 50. Okay, you find the volume of irregular shape, solid, blah, 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 blah. Anyhow, so we have a rectangular tank that is 40 by 30 by 20. It's filled with water. Okay, so that volume is 40 times 30 times 20. That's 1,200, and that's 24,000. So that's 4 times 3 times 12 is times 2, sorry, is 24. And then we're going to have 3 zeros because of the 3 zeros there. Now, it says the object sinks to the bottom and the water level goes up a quarter centimeter, 0.25. So what number changed? Okay, the water level goes up. So the 20, so we still got 40 times 30 times 20.25. Okay, so I'm going to multiply those. So 40 times 30 times 20.25, that's 24,300. This number is, go ahead and write it here, 24,300. The difference there is 300. So that's the volume of my object, is 300. Okay, here we go, the ratio. Oh, I'm stopping. That's my 10. I'll do those here in just a moment. Talk to you in a bit.